What's up guys, it's Lord Botha here with another video, and what we thought might happen, me and a few other people, when it was announced that Power World and Pocketpair were being sued by Nintendo, yeah, well it's happening now. The floodgates are opening. This comes to us from Games Radar. A month after Nintendo's Power World lawsuit, Sega files its own patent infringement claim against idle RPG devs, Gacha Mechanics. Sega has reportedly filed for patent infringement against Bank of Innovation, the developer of idle RPGs Memento Mori and mobile game Genju Kyaku Crypt Track. Damn, that was a mouthful to say. A report from Otaku Sogen: Sega is seeking both 1 billion yen in damages, that's nearly $7 million, and an injunction for patent infringement. This apparently comes after previous negotiations between the two companies. Sega alleges that Bank of Innovation has infringed upon 5 different patents, all of which relate to gameplay mechanics, or more specifically, mechanics often tied to gacha. So that means that Sega is not just seeking monetary damages, they also want to stop this company from actually using those mechanics, which are probably quite necessary to their game's actual functionality, which probably means that they're going to kill this game from Bank of Innovation. To that end, despite legal action, Bank of Innovation has apparently expressed that it wants to keep running Memento Mori regardless of the conclusion of the lawsuit. So Bank of Innovation is essentially saying, we don't care what the outcome of the lawsuit is, we're going to keep running our game. They're like Leonardo DiCaprio in Wolf of Wall Street.
I'm not fucking leaving!
The timing of the lawsuit is rather interesting, given that only last month, Nintendo and the Pokemon Company filed patent infringement lawsuits against Power World developer Pocketpair. And exactly right there, me and several other channels were quite vocal that when we saw that Pokemon and Nintendo were now going to sue Power World and Pocketpair over patent infringements for game mechanics, what was going to stop other companies, at least in Japan, if not worldwide, from trying to initiate lawsuits about patent infringements on game mechanics. And all of us said that this is going to set a very distinct precedent that may open the floodgates to additional lawsuits. And if we look into the future and maybe think that this might lead to, I don't know, some abuse, depending on how vague we interpret some of those mechanics, and some of those mechanics that have patents filed for them are very vague, this could, as I said, lead to a situation where larger companies are going to abuse this system to try to keep indie competitors to them out of the market. That's why I think these patent infringement lawsuits are very dangerous lawfare. Because yes, this is limited right now into the scope of Japan and sort of their weird legal structure when it comes to ownership of ideas and mechanics and all that, especially in video games. But what happens if these ideas make it towards the West? I don't doubt for a second that companies like Sony and Microsoft and Ubisoft and all the rest are more than willing to use patent infringement lawsuits to try to crush any kind of competitors in their spaces. I mean, the sports game lawfare alone would be horrific. I think it would be something so potentially bad you'd have to look to almost monopoly laws to try to correct it. But again, this is all kind of just hypothesis and conjecture. As of right now, this is all just limited to Japan and sort of their weird legal system, like I said, when it comes to intellectual property ownership and mechanics ownership. But even then, within Japan, I wouldn't be surprised if you see a ton more of these lawsuits start to creep up, especially, and I mean especially, if Nintendo wins. Which, to be quite honest, I think they have a good chance of doing. But those are just my thoughts on all this. If you have your own thoughts, go ahead and leave them in the comments. If you liked this video, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. If you didn't like this video, appreciate you watching all of it, and we'll talk to you again later.